flags, proudly representing their country, as are the Bulls fans. There's a big Union Jack being held up here by the Bulls fans, all in great spirit, and it's a great pride. I think it's fantastic. Multinational competitions such as this, seeing the Canadian supporters really get behind the Wolfpack and the pride of Yorkshire. There's a Yorkshire flag as well as a Union Jack here supporting the Bulls. Fantastic. A lot of great young kids here today, all involved in the rugby league fraternity, all stakeholders in the game, and all here anticipating what really shapes on paper has been an intriguing game of rugby league. Gee whiz, I tell you what, the Toronto Wolfpack looks switched on. They're a fully professional outfit, this one, and there's some big size there in the pack. There's some players there like Ackers, who's a very wily dummy half, a really good worker in around the rucks. They will play their system straight from the kickoff as Jordan Lilly gets us started.
Jordan Lilly in career appearance 100. A special afternoon for Jordan Lilly. And Toronto, they will have first use of the ball and they will play against the Ruley Avenue, terracing towards the south bank. They're in their traditional home strip. Bradford in the red, amber and black, and already Toronto 25 metres out from the halfway line as they look to shift it over on this left-hand edge towards its main stand side. And already Steve Crossley, the skipper of the Bradford Bulls, he and Lilly come in a two-man tackle to bring down the second row forward, Bodine Thompson. Fourth tackle gone here for the Toronto Wolfpack. They're just shy of the halfway line as Wilkin plays the ball. Ackers out a dummy half to Sims. Sims is brought down on the fifth and last tackle. The referee this afternoon from Wigan, Scott Michalauskas. There's a bit of a push and a shove there as Joe Mellor does well to get past the clutches of Elliot Minchella. He puts boot to ball. That's diffused well there by Ethan Ryan, and Ryan will take tackle number one for the Bradford Bulls. 10 metres out from their own try line. It's now going to go from Lilly in at dummy half to Jai Hitchcocks. If you're just joining us, Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. It is the Bradford Bulls against the Toronto Wolfpack here at Odsal Stadium. Matt Garside offloads the ball in the tackle to Keys. Keys looks for support, finds Crossley. Crossley's brought down, third tackle gone for the Bradford Bulls on their first set of 6, and they are 25 metres out from their own try line. Minchella now to Lilly. Lilly fires it into the arms of Staunton. Fourth tackle gone now. Staunton's brought down in a three-man tackle, and he's made an extra couple of metres there, Staunton. He's up to the Bradford 40-metre line. It now goes from Wildy to Kirk. That'll be the last tackle for the Bulls. They're just shy of the halfway line. It's round 23, do or die. Lilly strikes that one. He's got a bit of reverb, a bit of spin on it, but Nick Rossford does exceptionally well. And Nick Rossford, 2 tries in that round 13 fixture when Toronto gunned down the Bulls by 36 points to 16. And it remains 0-0 here on the Pulse 2 scoreboard as Toronto find themselves 10 metres out from that halfway line. Liam Kay out of dummy half. Takes on Garside and Wildy on that left edge. 2 metres inside the Bradford half now. Mellor to Wilkin. Wilkin's ball dealt with there by Webster and Wildy. Webster setting his defensive stall out in this opening 2 minutes. Toronto going to come on the main stand side, but they're going to find themselves rolled over, is Bodine Thompson. Referee Michalauskas says that is the fifth and last tackle. Ackers in at dummy half. It's going to go to Blake Wallace. Wallace to Mellor. Mellor's been caught by Kirk. Referee's pointing. He says that was okay from Kirk. Mellor gets up. And Bradford do exceptionally well there with Ethan Ryan under the high ball again. Lilly in at dummy half now to Pickersgill. Pickersgill, second tackle gone here. It's fast and frenetic. We've had 3.5 minutes gone. Wildy just out a dummy half to Oakes. Oakes is going to be brought down by Sims and Mellor on the Bradford 40-metre line. They've yet to play the ball inside the Toronto half. Perhaps that'll happen now with Matt Garside. A metre inside the Toronto half on the fourth tackle. He'll get up and play the ball. Wildy in at dummy half. Centre field to Keys. Keys is caught high. Oh my word. Anthony Malalik straight in the face of Joe Keys. The oohs and the ahs from the crowd will tell you that that was high. It wasn't malicious. I don't think he's going to walk here. Scott Michalauskas will stop the clock. And Anthony Malalik, the former Leeds man, he is going to get a reprimand from referee Scott Michalauskas, Damien.
Yeah, reaction tackle that he did reach, and it wasn't a swinging arm, definitely a high tackle. Certainly, despite the pleas of the Bulls faithful around us, certainly not anything more serious than that. The Bulls needed that a little bit. Toronto are certainly punching their line through and making good yards. But ball completion and security has been very, very good. And the Bulls now on the attack, 20 metres out. Big set this, and a big chance here early on for the Bradford Bulls.
Steve Crossley brought down tackle number 1, 12 metres out. 10 metres to the left-hand side of the post. Keys now goes probing to Wildy, to Garside. The former London Sheffield man rolled over 5 metres out. Welcome return to Matt Garside. He's missed the last 3. Wildy out of dummy half. Now back to Crossley, to Minchella. Past a late fitness test. Forward pass from Minchella to Kirk. And Kirk is brought down 5 metres out from the Toronto Wolfpack line. And that was a little bit of indecision there from Elliot Minchella. Just delayed the pass just a fraction too long for mine, and the referee, Scott Michalowskis, perfectly positioned there. We've had 5 minutes gone on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. It is Bradford 0, Toronto 0, but a lively, promising start from John Keir and his Bradford side.
Yeah, it is. That was a great ball. It was a really good flat ball. It just just went forward. But that's what the Bulls are going to have to do to break this defensive line, most certainly. Good play from Minchella there and Keys in tight, close to the sticks. As Toronto now coming out of dummy half with a good little scoot there. Bulls just have to watch. They're getting a nice roll on and getting good yards here, Toronto, which is really playing into their halves' favour.
Liam Kerr, tackle number 1, goes out towards Thompson. They're on this main stand side. Lilly, in career appearance 100 with Jake Webster in that 2-man tackle. They brought down Ricky Latelli. Latelli gets to his feet, plays the ball. Ackers now to Wilkin. Wilkin's brought down 5 shy of halfway on tackle number 3. Wilkin gets a quick play of the ball, and here goes Andy Ackers down the middle. Ackers away. Ackers caught by Lilly. Lilly brings him down. 4th tackle gone. In fact, it's the last tackle now. And Toronto 18 metres out. They've just gone 30 metres. It goes out towards Thompson. Latelli. They're in at the corner. The Cronulla man opens the scoring. The fingers pointed. 6 minutes on the clock. And that's exactly what you said, Damien. Bradford just couldn't leave with the speed and the play of the ball. They couldn't commit the numbers. And Ricky Latelli opens the scoring here.
Brutal, Mick. Really brutal. I mean, the Bulls have started this game reasonably well. Their handling has been good. They had the one piggyback penalty that kept them in it. As we see now, just over 5 minutes have gone. And one error, a short flat pass in the right area of the ground to make an error, mind you, attacking 10 metres out right in front of the sticks. The Bulls made the error and gave possession to Toronto. Next set, absolutely punished. It was a brutal set. The yards that were made up the middle there, Mullally and Worthington on the far side through the centres, and we saw Ackers get in there to dummy half and scoot, made good yardage again, and finished off down this left side with good hands on the 5th tackle. The ball came down through Wallace, scooted it to the left, and found Ricky Latelli unmarked. And he strolled across. Ricky Latelli, he doesn't need any second invitation there. So I think a sign there of how brutal this side is, Mick, how unforgiving. You give it an inch to Toronto and they'll put points on you.
Blake Rollis from this main stand touchline. That one is just going to creep in. Well, it's hit the crossbar, and that one has bounced just below the red, amber and black dot. Wow, that's got incredibly close.
It looked like it was going to fade in the right upright, and it just... I've never seen a ball come straight back off an upright like that. Generally, it will scoot through or bounce through in some way, but how it's not managed to get over the crossbar is beyond me. But the Bulls will take any luck they can today, and they're going to need that. We've talked about in the last few weeks, the Bulls will need to convert whatever opportunities they get kicking as well. So here we go, Lilly with the kick-off now. Heads back down into Toronto deep, and it's going to be Mullally again, is it, or Sims? Carting the ball back up at Sims. And again, taking 2-3 defenders in there and really bruising the Bulls' defensive line.
So the Pulse 2 scoreboard, that early Ricky Latelli try after 6 minutes. Bradford Bulls 0, Toronto Wolfpack 4. And here goes Ackers again, out of dummy half, making good metres forward, Toronto. Crossley and Kirk called into action. That's the 3rd tackle, 10 shy of halfway. Comes over towards Blake Wallace. Wallace is going to be brought down with ball in hand. Once again, it's Kirk in defence. He's gone through a mountain of work early doors. That's 4th tackle gone, just inside the Bradford half. Ackers fools the Bradford defence and also the Toronto attack. Picked up by Latelli. Latelli goes down the middle. Latelli's not tackled. Referee says held. Last tackle. Here comes Andy Ackers. Kicks ahead. Pickersgill does well, although Pickersgill's knocked the ball on. He was under pressure there from that kick chase. Toronto Wolfpack attack, and John Wilkin was also in there following that kick chase, and they will get a repeat set of 6. Pickersgill put under the pump on the last tackle, and I can't describe the superiority in the way the Wolfpack are currently playing the ball. Don't forget, you can send us a message on the Pulse 2 app. It costs absolutely nothing. Let us know your thoughts and views on what the Bulls need to do in this game this afternoon, or if you just want to say hello to me and Damien and let us know your location from where you're listening the game from. We've had 8.5 minutes gone here. Toronto 4, Bradford 0. Ackers to Sims. Sims 5 metres out from the Bradford post. That error from Pickersgill was 20 metres out in front of the post. More pressure here for the Bulls to absorb. They're going to go in again. It's Latelli. Latelli crosses out wide, but it will not count because Ricky Latelli has gone behind Andrew Dixon. It's obstruction, and Bradford have their second penalty of the afternoon, 5 metres out from their own try line. I think that's a fair call.
It's a fair call. It was an inside pass. It was a set play that Toronto had lined up for, but gee whiz, worrying signs, Mick. I mean, that was a training drill down the right side, and any kind of application and any kind of completion of that move there saw points again to Ricky Latelli, who's looking dangerous and might have 4 or 5 tries in him if this keeps up. I mean, he's everywhere across the pitch. That was on the right side he'd found himself on when he's been playing left-sided centre. He's really looking keen and carrying the ball very strongly. But it's the Bulls now on the halfway line, just able to settle the ship here. They've come up with 2 errors which have placed them under enormous pressure. That one from Brandon Pickersgill were let off the hook there from that forward pass. They just need to compose and get in the grind here. They must get in the arm wrestle.
Lily's brought down on the last tackle just inside the Toronto half. Michela appealing for a penalty. Referee says that the markers were square and everything was okay. They're still 25 metres out. Penalty to the Bulls on the last tackle. Wow, that is some indiscipline there from the Wolfpack. Last tackle penalty, that will have Brian McDermott seething, and this one's awarded 25 metres out from the Toronto line. Wilde, ball in hand. This surveying that landscape goes to Crossley, tackle number 1. Crossley attracting free Toronto. Black and white shirted defenders. 15 metres out now. Wilde to Lily. Lily, are we going to see some Lily Keys magic? Yes, we are. They're linked with Pickersgill. To Oakes. Oakes is brought down 5 metres out, 2 metres in from that far stand side. Ryan's in there at dummy half. He looks and finds Garside. Garside finds the support and the offload to Keys, to Michela, to Lily, to Staunton. Staunton's brought down there by Thompson and Wallace. 8 metres out now from that Toronto Wolfpack line. 2 tackles remaining for the Bulls. Wilde, Lily in front of the post to Crossley. Crossley, a former Toronto man himself. He's going to be brought down there on tackle number 4 in front of the post. 5 metres out. Wilde to Lily. Lily kicks ahead. Staunton chasing. The bounce of the ball. Unkind on Staunton. Just a little bit too much on it from Jordan Lily. It will be a 7 tackle set for the Toronto Wolfpack, and it's going to be quickly taken by former Hull and Halifax man Nick Rorsford. And that's the 0 tackle with Toronto on the 0 tackle, 15 shy of the halfway line. They've got all the momentum early doors here. Mellor's in there at dummy half. They're shifted on that right edge to Worthington. Worthington's brought down on tackle number 1. 2 metres shy of halfway. Back they're going to come down the middle. It's with Sims. Sims head down, charging forward. 5 inside the half. It's Andrew Dixon, apologies. This is now Wilkin. Wilkin to Sims. Sims just keeps hold of the ball. And this main stand full of Toronto supporters. They're waving the Canadian flags. They're enjoying what they're seeing here. Toronto 15 out from the Bradford line. Tackle not complete. It goes to Andy Ackers. Ackers makes a couple of metres forward. Bradford looking a little bit tired in defence all of a sudden. We've had 11 minutes gone here. 4-0. The Wolfpack lead. Wallace out to Mellor. Mellor tries to go past Michela. Mellor's wrapped up. Last tackle here for the Bulls. Wolfpack, they've lost the ball, Mellor, on the last tackle. That one's just popped out. And that was Liam Kirk in defence again. Liam Kirk, take a bow.
Yeah, just trying to rush it a little bit there. Toronto Wolfpack looking very dangerous. Ackers particularly, he's creating a lot. He's there for that second phase, which when the Toronto Wolfpack are denting the line as much as they are, they're really causing a lot of trouble in defence. Just the physicality and the collision that they're causing when they're ball carrying is really opening up now to second phase, starting to pop in. And Ackers is sniffing around as well as Wallace there to pick up that second phase play, which nearly came off for them there. But nevertheless, the Bulls have scrapped. They found a way to diffuse that and come up with a little error in the play. The ball, and now the Bulls will be working it out 20 metres off their own line. As I said when they did this last time, they're coming out for their 4th set of 6 now. This is their 5th set in 7, and they need to just get in the arm wrestle. They need to start to bend the Toronto Wolfpack back in defence as they have been themselves being bent back. As Wildy, that's the way to go. He needs some friends there helping him out.
Wildy finds his support there to Matty Staunton. Staunton is on tackle number 4 for the Bulls on the halfway line in a centre field position. It goes from Wildy now to Keys. Keys looking for those runners. And the Bulls, with Matt Garside in possession, are brought down on the last tackle. 10 metres inside the Toronto half. It goes to Keys. Keys is just going to put that one up. An invitation there for the fullback Hakim Maloude. And Maloude, well, he's under pressure here, Hakim Maloude. Can't get past Webster. Gets past Lilly, finds the supporter Ricky Latelli, and here goes Ricky Latelli. The Bulls have to bring him down. They finally do. It's Lilly and Kirk again. Kirk's tackling himself. Keir looking on here, must be a little bit concerned the way the Bulls are dropping off the tackles all of a sudden. We've had 15 minutes gone. Here goes Ashton Sims.
Wow.
Ackers out of dummy half to Sims. Sims brought down. 8 metres inside the Bradford half now. Back down the middle they come like a battering ram. It's John Wilkin. 4th tackle here for Toronto. They've gone 65 metres. Mellor. Wallace. Misses out Thompson. Ball's gone to ground and picked up by Webster. Referee says first knock on against the Wolfpack. Scrum head and feed to the Bulls. That's a 3rd error from the Wolfpack. They're a little bit jittery. Liam Maylard says, listening in from Marrakesh. Come on, you Bulls. We can do this. And there's a bit of a shock happening in the Betfred Championship. It is the Dewsbury Rams 6, Featherstone Rovers 0. Currently Barrow 4, York 6. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest scores. Rochdale 8, Batley 6 incidentally, and it's Lee 6, Swinton 6. And for anybody who is listening wanting a Halifax update, Halifax lead Toulouse 6 points to 4. Bradford from the scrum, Hitchcock's away, he's got a full race for Roundmark. Hitchcock's, he's applied the afterburners. Goodbye! The Bulls are back in this one from the scrum. Jay Hitchcock's, he's got 80 metres, and the Bulls level the score. 4 points apiece. They're going to lead from in front. An unbelievable try. Jay Hitchcock's.
Very innocuous scrum feed on the 40-metre line there, Mick, and a beautiful split play there from Jai Hitchcock. He's just stepped, wiggled his way through a little bit of a gap, and he's away, and he was unstoppable. Really interesting this, Mick. Whilst Toronto Wolfpack have done all of those 1-2%ers very, very well, they've dominated in the ball carry, they've certainly dominated in the ruck. Bulls were just looking a little bit fatigued there after 10-12 minutes, having to deal with that. It's very physical, very tough to control this Wolfpack. But having said that, the Bulls have been the more disciplined side. They have only come up with 2 errors. One was a forward pass. One was a very under pressure knock on by Pickersgill. They completed 6 out of 8 sets today, the Bradford Bulls have. Toronto, on the other hand, have had their share of field position. They most certainly have. They've dominated. They've won the wrestle. They've been down the right end. But they've only completed 4 of 7 sets. Very disappointing. They've showed a little bit of rush. They're snatching at opportunities as they get down the Bulls' end. With their 3 errors, they've given that Bulls possession there. And Bulls have counterpunched a little bit against the run of play, it must be said. But hey, points are everything. It's also in front of the sticks. Joe Keys has made that 6 points to 0. Game on, Mick, here at Odsal.
Jay Hitchcock's his 6th try of the season. He was a try scorer against the Ox any night. Keys 1 from 1. Everything going right for the Bulls and John Keir thus far. It's a real arm wrestle here at Odsal Stadium. And Dewsbury, they have gone 8 points to 0 in front against Featherstone Rovers. Oh my word, Swinton beating Lee. This is the stuff of dreams. The sides above the Bulls currently dropping points. The Bulls picking 2 valuable points up. A lot is going to change in the next 62 minutes, let me tell you. But at the moment, the Bulls are just a point off the playoffs. Lily's in there at dummy half as Staunton takes the second tackle on the restart. The Pulse 2 scoreboard, Bradford 6, Toronto 4. Toronto, remember, and we're not getting ahead of ourselves, but the Wolfpack, they've not tasted defeat in their last 16 games, nearly 5 months ago, between that round 60 feet against Toulouse. Bradford, 10 shy of halfway. Minchella gets to his feet, plays the ball. Kirk's gone without it. It's gone backwards. Lilly keeps the ball going alive. Lilly goes through a gap, brought down by Wallace on the 5th and last tackle. Referee Scott Mikalauskas tells Lilly to get to his feet. It goes to Staunton, to Webster. Webster kicks, looking for touch. Superb kick there from Webster on the last. That has turned the Wolfpack around. A metre out from their own line. And on the Pulse 2 scoreboard, 18 and a half minutes gone. Bradford Bulls 6, Toronto Wolfpack 4. And in this big crowd here at Odsall, the war cry goes up.
Maybe, just maybe, the ball's starting to bounce in the Bulls' favour a little bit. They were like a boxer on the ropes there for that first 5 to 10 minutes, Mick, when Toronto were really turning the gas on in that collision, as we spoke about. But the Bulls have stayed in the arm wrestle. They've done exactly what they needed to do. There's a lovely little kick to get some territorial possession here as a scrum feed now to the Toronto Wolfpack. I think they were a little bit lucky in that set. I do think the ball was actually handled forward in that little half error that came up. But hey, you need the luck. You need to get the 50-50 calls, and the Bulls need to capitalise on that now. They lead 6 points. 6 points to 4, and the Toronto carrying it now out towards the 40-metre line. This is game on, Mick. This is very, very exciting rugby league.
Ashton Sims calling for the ball here out of dummy half. Sims gets it. Sims passes it on to Wallace. Wallace now. And Bordine Thompson wrapped up there by Hitchcock's, Lilly and Webster. Penalty count still 3-0 in favour of the Bulls. Letellian at dummy half to Gadwin Springer. That one went forward. That's missed by the officials. They're on the last tackle now. Andy Ackers kicks one out of dummy half between Ryan and Pickersgill. Ryan lets Pickersgill gain a bit of confidence, and Pickersgill returns the ball just shy of the Bradford 20-metre line. The lady scores then in the Betfred Championship. Barrow 4, York City Knights 6, Dewsbury 8, Featherstone 0, Halifax 12, Toulouse 4, Swinton 14, Lee 6. Oh my word, the sides above the Bulls dropping points currently. Can Bradford keep this up? Here goes Garside, he's on the halfway line now. 4th tackle gone on this new set of 6 for the Bulls. Wilde to Mikey Wood, who's just come on the field, taking on Springer and also Sims. They're on the last tackle, 40 out from that Toronto Wolfpack line. Wilde appeals for a penalty, non forthcoming. It goes to Keys, and Keys, the game management there, that will turn around Liam Kay and Hakim Maludi, and Bradford, they will race towards the scrum at Toronto's head and feet, 10 metres out from their own line. A quarter of this first half gone. Letelli opening the scoring for the Wolfpack in the 6th minute, as Toronto really started the game with a lot of abundance, flamboyance, taking the game to speed, and they play the ball. But since then, the Bulls, they've forced Toronto down the middle in an arm wrestle, and they lead 6-4.
80% completion to this stage of the match is exactly what John Key would have been looking for, Mick, and that's what Bulls have come up with. As I said, only a flat forward pass called against them, and that little error under pressure by Pickersgill. So really strong there in terms of the discipline. They'll need to maintain that for the full 80 minutes. They really will need to be. But good signs. They're giving themselves every opportunity.
Toronto Wolfpack, they will receive their first penalty of the afternoon. 3rd tackle gone. Nick Rawsthorne, he was held in the tackle, the former Hull FC man. And Blake Wallace, he will find touch. 8 metres shy of the halfway line here at Odsall Stadium. It's Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. It's going to be taken by Letelli to Wallace. Wallace now to Springer. The former Castleford man is brought down on tackle number 1. A metre inside the Bradford half. Andy Ackers is in there at dummy half. He's going to go down the middle with Sims. Sims uses the shoulder on Minchella. Minchella goes to the floor, and Sims gets another quick play the ball in. Here goes Wilkin. Wilkin to Springer. Springer's brought down. 2nd carry in this set of 6. 3rd tackle gone. 30 out from the Bradford line. It now goes to Wallace. Wallace misses out Thompson. Finds Letelli. And Jake Webster wraps Letelli up. The former Gold Coast man against the former Cronulla Sharks man. Toronto, they'll waste no time. Quick play the ball. Miller through a gap. Miller's brought down by Minchella, 15 metres out. And that will be the last tackle here for the Wolfpack. 15 metres out the trail. 6 points to 4. It goes to Wilkin, to Wallace. Wallace sucks that defence in. Can't get past Staunton. Pickersgill and Lilly. It remains on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. Heroic Bulls defending. Bulls 6, Wolfpack 4.
Matt Garside Matt Garside on that far side, just defending in the centre position there, hung on for dear life when Toronto were through. That's desperate defence. That was scrambling defence, and he certainly saved a try there. Really, really, really super defending that. He was helped out there by Minchella. As Webster now coming 20 metres out. Bulls again looking good now. They're getting bodies behind the play of the ball, and there we go. A penalty's come as a result of it. A nice little alteration of the momentum here, Mick, as now it's Toronto that are just back on their heels. Bulls going to kick for touch here and find touch probably around the 40-metre line, and they'll have the benefit of a fresh set moving back into the Toronto half. Very, very positive.
Bradford's fourth penalty of the afternoon. This one awarded 20 metres out from their own line. That was for a flop. Hands in at the ruck, slowing down the play of the ball. Lilly in career 100th appearance this afternoon. Finds touch 10 shy of the halfway line. Don't forget you can send a message on the Pulse 2 app. Melissa says, come on you Bulls, listening with Minnie Beatty in Nairobi, and Bronnie, Jai's mum, is listening from Byron Bay in Australia. Don't forget you can also text in, but you've got to start your text with Pulse 2 and send it to 65115. 65115. Here goes Jordan Lilly. Finds the supporter. Pickersgill to Webster. Webster's away. Webster's going to score. Webster scores from 30 metres out. That was Lilly to Pickersgill to Webster. And the Bulls lead 10 points to 4. 2 quick fire unanswered tries have turned this game upside down. It's not an episode of Stranger Things, but stranger things are happening here at Odsell.
Well, it's a lovely play, as you said. The piggyback penalty just gave the Bulls a little bit more belief, a little bit of field position from the tap. It's come to the right-hand side. And when the Bulls are playing confident, Mick, when they've got a little bit of a roll on, you find they play a much flatter attack. And what I mean by that is the ball carrier doesn't have to look 3 or 4 yards behind him when he moves the ball out there to pass it. He's got them right off the hip, right off the shoulder. Jordan Lilly poked his nose through the advantage line and looked to his right. He got both hands free, and lo and behold, he found, I think it was Pickersgill there on his right-hand side in support. And he got the ball clear through. It broke the advantage line. It broke the Toronto defensive line. And then inside and outside, it was options. It wasn't Pickersgill, I don't think, that whoever the ball carrier was had options, because Pickersgill was looming up on his inside to go in under the sticks. But Webster, and they were still in traffic, Webster got the ball in traffic to the right-hand side and showed a little bit of leg speed and a lot of power to finish off that try just to the right of the sticks. As Joe Keys now comes up with the extras as well. He's going to take a 12-4 lead, and well-deserved. A really strong last 5 to 7 minutes here from the Bradford Bulls as they've started to play Toronto at their own game. And it comes on the back of an 82% now, an 82% completion. Very disciplined, great ball control by the Bulls. Wow, here we go, Mick.
Bradford, Bulls live on Pulse 2. The Pulse 2 scoreboard, Bradford 12, Toronto 4. Jake Webster, he has try number 8 of the season, and will he score a more important try? We've had 26 minutes gone on the clock. The Bulls lead by 8 points. That's a 2 clear score lead. Elsewhere, Barrow 4, York 12, Dewsbury 8, Featherstone 0, and it is still Lee 6, Swinton 14. So a lot of results go in the way of the Bulls, but right here, right now, and the focus from John Keir is you can only control what you do yourselves. And here goes Minchella on the restart. Minchella's away. He's in the Toronto half, and he's brought down on the halfway line. Quick play the ball from Minchella to Oakes to Keys. Keys to Wood. Mikey Wood's brought down in a heap of Toronto bodies. 5 metres inside the Toronto half on the last tackle. And once again, Joe Keys, he chips ahead. He fancies it. But that has been taken superbly there by Hakim Maludi. And Maludi will return the ball as Ethan Ryan comes in from his wing position to make the tackle. 12 shy of that halfway line. Toronto led 4 points to 0. Danger here though. Here goes Thompson. Thompson, he fires it to Latelli. Latelli on Pickersgill. Pass on the inside. That's recovered by Thompson. And Lilly brings down Thompson. 25 metres out from that Bradford try line. The Bulls, they're down to 12 men. Jai Hitchcock's is down in back play receiving treatment. Andy Acker's out of dummy half to Wilkane, to Mellor. They're queuing up out wide. KV Ryan. Ryan's lost the ball over the line. Ethan Ryan Try-saving tackle! The referee's going to stop the clock because that will be a 7 tackle set. And Jai Hitchcock's, he has got the thumbs up from the Bulls physio, and he will continue on this main stand wing. And Toronto, Damien, I make that now a 5th error in this first half.
We just talked at the end of their dominant period at the first of this half. Whilst they were dominating and had field position, they were snatching at opportunities, and I use that term, they weren't closing out the field position and dominance that they had. That's another example there. It was this right-hand side as well. They came up with a set play with an inside ball to Latelli, which was flawed early in the half, and they've come up with another error there. He was across the line and he's bounced that clear and proper. So the Bulls are going to need all of that luck, and Toronto aren't being as clinical as perhaps they can be. That's why it's game on. It's a short side play now here.
Wildy's away! Wildy's brought clear, looking for support, can't find the support. Crossley was on the inside. Crossley had overrun the play, but the danger not over here for the Wolfpack. Keys 5 metres out now, and Bradford with 2 tackles remaining. They're hunting a 3rd try of the afternoon. Crossley out of dummy half. He's over the line. He's got it down. Crossley's got it down. It's the 3rd try in succession for the Bradford Bulls. They lead the Toronto Wolfpack by 16 points to 4. The Wolfpack players, they're in shock. Ashton Sims, John Wilkin, Ricky Latelli. The inquest starts in earnest. They have not experienced anything like this since round 6 when they lost to Toulouse.
Really smart play there from the Bulls. An innocuous start to a set again. They got a repeat set and they've gone down the left-hand side. Wildy, though, a show. He dummied to his outside and straightened and found himself in all sorts of space. He ran across the 40, he ran across the 30, he got to the 20-metre line into the Bulls, but he just couldn't position the support. He looked to his outside. Toronto was scrambling. He should have looked to his inside. He had Steve Crossley looming up on his inside. Couldn't see him. Of all people, Steve Crossley was there in support. Not the fullback, not the halfback, but your prop forward. Nevertheless, he went to ground well, Wildy. He was patient. He got a quick play the ball on. The Bulls came in under the sticks and were tackled just to the left of the uprights. The play was on the left. Dummy half went to look left, but Toronto rushed. They rushed hard. Worthington rushed out of the line. Crossley looked up and saw that, chose not to play the ball out to the left. Why he was in a dummy half, I don't know, but it didn't matter. He straightened. He was at first receiver, He was straightened, and he's muscled his way over. A true captain's try, that. He's been inspirational for this first 25 minutes, and he's got a 6-pointer for his try, for his efforts, as Keys adds the extras there. Wow, Mick Gleadhill, that's fantastic rugby league, and certainly now all of that momentum is in the Bulls' favour, and it's Toronto now that are starting to navel gaze and wonder and get a little bit of a lack of confidence here. I can see that a different body language in Toronto than what there was for the first 15 minutes.
Bradford Bulls 18, Toronto Wolfpack 4 here at Odsal Stadium. 10 minutes to go to half time. Can Bradford maintain this? As we said, John Keir internally this week, we'll like to give you a little bit of a snippet about what's happening on the inside. Andrew Chalmers said this is the grand final. This is the last chance saloon, and the Bulls are playing with that grand final intensity thus far. Mitchell now goes on a review one. Can't get past Mellor. Can't get past Wilkin. He's brought down 15 shy of halfway. Gets to his feet, play the ball. Flanagan's now out on the field for Wilde. It goes towards Lilly. Lilly now looking for options. Gives the ball in turn there to Wood. He's going to be brought down, pushed back in the field of play. Goes now towards Staunton, to Green, who's back on the field now. Welcome back, James Green. 10-game absence. Last tackle here for the Bulls. Flanagan to Lilly. Lilly will look to send one between Rawsthorne and Maludi. Maludi takes it on his own 10-metre line. He's outside his 20. He meets the free-shirted Bulls defensive line, 25 out from his own line, 25 shy of halfway, and Ricky Latelli now has, Hakim Maludi, has got a bit of an injury in that tackle, and the referee's going to stop the clock. But oh my word, what a game of rugby league we have on our hands here this afternoon. It's currently Dewsbury 8, Featherstone 8, Lee 10, Swinton 20. Oh my word.
Bit of concern here for Maludi. He's been absolutely outstanding. He's been an absolute handful for Toronto. His ball carry is phenomenal. His positional play has been excellent, and he's been there for all the second phase. He's been a real handful for the Bulls. A lot of concern being shown there. Look, I hate to say it, Mick, I think he got one in a very, very tender region there, a loose knee of some description. It's not one that the physio can easily massage out, if I might put it that way. It's a very sensitive area, and he's looking in a lot of trouble, badly winded there. So let's see how he shakes that off. But interestingly enough, where this game has changed, where the momentum has changed, it's been quite clear when we look at the stats, Mick. The game, up until 8 sets apiece, it was very much in the balance. Sides were completing almost at 90% each, completing all of their 8 sets. Since then, the Bulls have had 14 sets in possession and completed 84% of them. They've only had 11 sets all total, 3 more sets than that. So Toronto Wolfpack have, which tells me that the momentum changed, a couple of those piggyback penalties, and the 4 errors that Toronto have come up with in possession mean that we've seen a whole lot more sets that Toronto have had to defend. As I said, 14 sets to 11. That's 30 more tackles that Toronto have had to absorb from the Bulls, and that's been the telling factor to date, and the points have shown that. But to the credit, Bulls have taken what opportunities they've been given, and now they're showing a little bit of attack in defence.
Toronto, time back on here. Gadwin Springer's brought down on his own 40-metre line, 10 shy of halfway. We have 8 minutes remaining to half-time. Wilkin now fires it to Tom Olbison. Tom Olbison's back on familiar territory via Widnes, of course. Mellor now finds the inside support from Wilkin. Last tackle, the Bulls tackling for their lives. 18 for the lead. What can Mellor orchestrate? High hanging kick, Maludi, fresh from that injury scare, looks to put Pickersgill under pressure, but Pickersgill jumps superbly, and he will diffuse the danger for the Bulls. 5 metres out from his own try line. Ryan out of dummy half, tackle number 2. Bradford 10 metres out from their own try line. Keys at dummy half finds Ross Oakes. 3rd tackle gone here. Bradford 18, Toronto 4. Hitchcock's, Webster and Crossley the try scorers. And here's the 4th tackle coming up for the Bradford Bulls as Jai Hitchcock's is brought down there by Thompson and Ackers and Olbison in a 3-man tackle. Flanagan out of dummy half to Green. Green taking on Whiting and Dixon. He carries Bradford up to their own 40-metre line. This is the 5th and last tackle. Joe Keys straight down the throat there of Hakim Maludi. Maludi on his own 20-metre line up to the 30. Brought down 10 shy of halfway. Danger period here for the Bulls. They can't switch off. They've got to maintain their concentration. Their application this afternoon has been fantastic. Toronto have really been hit by a whirlwind. The red, amber and black surging forward out of that defensive line. 6.5 minutes to go to half time. Ackers gives it there to Thompson. He's brought down there by Staunton in defence. Also Minchella and Flanagan in that 3-man tackle. Ackers now towards Wilkin. To Mellor. Joe Mellor's away. Looks for support. Finds it from Maludi. Maludi kicks ahead. Ryan. Maludi. Ryan gets there. Ryan beats Maludi. Sensational stuff from Ethan Ryan. And now Bradford. They can turn the screw from attack. From defence into attack as the Bulls fans, they're saying the Wolfpack are not back the 10. Listen to the boos and jeers. Webster to Lilly to Hitchcock's. Hitchcock's caught on the shoulder by Springer. Springer tries to reef the ball one-on-one, but then comes the Toronto Wolfpack welcoming committee with the maple and the syrup and the pancakes, and he's brought down 20 metres out. Staunton, last tackle now for the Bulls. They're just 25 out from their own try line. Lilly looks up. Great kick from Jordan Lilly. That one's going to find touch. 30 out from the Toronto line. And Damien, with 5.5 minutes to go, that's going to run seconds off the clock here. And you've got to think about it there. They were really under the pump, under the pressure with the Bradford Bulls. And up step Jordan Lilly. And that clearing kick has added 60 metres on where the Bulls were.
Yeah, you don't often see a spiralling clearance kick across field to make that sort of yardage which bounces out and finds touch. Beautiful play that from Jordan Lilly, really special. And magnificent bit of play there from Maludi again, causing all sorts of trouble to put Bulls under pressure there. Took the ball on the outside, broke the line, chip kicked over, and it was only the quick thinking and good position of Ethan Ryan which saved a try there. Really great rugby league from both sides, Mick. This is really emerging into an absolutely top draw game of rugby league. The quality is exceptional.
Toronto Wolfpack, 2nd tackle gone with Springer on the halfway line. The scrum was formed 32 metres out from their own try line. Here goes Liam Kay. Liam Kay, 11 tries for Toronto this season, wrapped up. Third tackle gone, 2 tackles remaining, 4.5 remaining on the clock, and Toronto, they get a penalty on tackle number 4. Liam Kay was held in the tackle by Minchella and Green. 4 penalties to 2 now, and Mellor, he looks towards McDermott. McDermott says, get that ball into touch and get a spurt on. Brian McDermott, a military stance on the touchline. He will be far from pleased with where the direction and flow of this game have gone, but the Bulls now have to withstand this Toronto attack. They're 20 metres out from the Bradford line. It goes to Wilkin. Wilkin to Dixon. Dixon's brought down. Second tackle gone. Quick play the ball from Dixon. Back-to-back penalties. No, it's not. The penalty will go against Toronto Wolfpack because Andrew Dixon was holding Matt Garside down in the tackle, and Scott Mikalauskas will point the finger and the arm the other way. A huge moment in this game. The Pulse 2 scoreboard remains Bradford Bulls 18, Toronto Wolfpack 4. Chris Main listening in the Isle of Man. Great commentary. Sounds like a cracking match so far. Jess and Ben Wood. Mike is my brother. We're listening from Cornwall on the beach. Come on, bro. Love Jesse. And Anna Lowe listening to Bradford versus Toronto on Pulse 2. She says it's a cracking game thus far. Bradford with Jai Hitchcocks. 5 shy of halfway. Second tackle gone. Now goes towards Flanagan. Flanagan in turn finds Green. Green's brought down. 5 metres inside the Toronto half. Flanagan flat pass to Mikey Wood. Missed by the officials. The Bulls have got away with that one. Mikey Wood's rolled over. 35 metres out from the Toronto line. 2.5 minutes to go. Flanagan attacks the Toronto markers. They're on the last tackle. 20 metres out. Pickersgill now to Keys. Keys out to Oakes. Oakes boot to ball. That's going to ask Hakim Maludi questions. Hakim Maludi just drops on that ball a metre in front of his own goal line, and the referee's now going to stop the clock because Hakim Maludi has already gone down with an injury in this first half, and he looks to be in some discomfort, and the clock has been stopped with 2.5 minutes remaining, and the Toronto and Bulls physio staff will come on. It is a hot, humid afternoon, Damien. I've just looked at the temperature, 23 degrees here in Bradford. Well, this delay will help the Bulls in the sense that the Bulls physio staff are coming on with the water and the refreshments.
Yeah, coming down now to the last few minutes of the half there, Mick, and Maludi's certainly been a sucker for some punishment in this half, and I think he's going to play the ball. He's a tough rooster, but I tell you what, he's been everywhere and quite possibly the best player on the pitch from both sides. He's been phenomenal, and the Bulls, they're handling him, but only just at the moment, and so, you know, he was very courageous to get himself down in that corner and get the ball. As Toronto now move it out, coming out off their own 10-metre line. Very important set this for the Bulls, for both sides really, is to close out the half.
Toronto Wolfpack, 2 minutes to go to narrow the gap. They trail by 14 points here at Odsal Stadium. This, one of the performances of the season thus far. Wallace is brought down on tackle 3. Ackers to Wilkin. Wilkin to Springer. Meet Mikey Wood and James Green. They're like 2 nightclub bouncers there. And they force the kick from Ackers early in the count. Pickersgill, safe as houses, traps the ball with his foot, picks it up, and Pickersgill meets the black and silver and white shirted Wolfpack defenders just inside his own 20-metre line. Ryan out a dummy half. 90 seconds to go here at Odsal Stadium in an enthralling, compelling, gripping first 40 minutes from this Betfred Championship Round 23 fixture. At half-time we're going to hear from Lee Beater, but before then it's going to go from Pickersgill to Webster. He's brought down on tackle number 4 by Thompson and Wallace. He gets to his feet as Webster. It goes from Flanagan to Minchella. Last tackle for the Bulls. They're 5 metres inside the Toronto half. Centre field position. Goes to Keys. Keys looks up, gets the nod from Ryan. Ryan versus Kay. I think Ryan was called offside there, so he held off. And here come Toronto. Toronto away. They're up to halfway. Great tackle there from Elliot Minchella and George Flanagan. Play continues. Mellor's inside the Bulls half. Mellor's still going. 20 metres out. Mellor's brought down with 40 seconds remaining. A crucial period in this match. Can the Bulls keep the Wolfpack out? It goes towards Wilkin to Springer. Springer's lost the ball. It's gone backwards. It's picked up by Latelli. The Bulls are dropping off tackles. 20 seconds remaining. It's 18 points to 4. Ackers Out of dummy half after Latelli plays the ball. Wilking, miscommunication between Thompson and Wilking. There's a knock on there from the Wolfpack. The officials have missed it, and they're going to come on down the middle. It's with Wallace. We've got seconds remaining. The referee says there's still time to play the ball. The hooter sounds. Oh, there's bedlam. The hooter's already gone. Toronto, the kick ahead, and Lily's put his body on the line. They were appealing for a try, Toronto. The hooter sounds. Lily concedes the dropout.
So hopefully when that's all in place again next year, it'll be even better comp the reserves, so they'll get more footy and more experience at that level, and then John will have a bigger squad to pick from even more then.
Well, welcome back to Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. Congratulations to Lee Beattie, who will combine his new head of youth role at the Bradford Bulls with his under-19 duties. Richard Chempis-Mitchell has messaged in and he says, sounds great. Lots to come though. Brian McDermott will have Toronto fired up in that second half. And we're about to get the second half underway here at Odsal. John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. They are still dreaming of the playoffs as we get underway via the boot of John Wilkins. Sends it down to Ethan Ryan. Ryan from his own 10-metre line finds the inside support from Garside. First tackle gone at the start of this second half, and Garside will play the ball 20 metres out. It goes from Flanagan to Wood. Wood's brought down, second tackle gone. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This next 40 minutes could be season defining. Joe Keys playing with the confidence to take on the Toronto defensive line as Dixon and Mellor bring him down. Here goes Garside again. Matt Garside, strong performance. He's going to be in man of the match contention for sure. He's on the halfway line. Flanagan in it, dummy half to Keys. Keys to Minchella. Minchella keeps hold of the ball. Lilly and Wood, they've overrun it. And he's brought down 2 metres inside the Toronto half on the fifth and last tackle. So it'll go from Flanagan to Keys. Ryan chasing it. Ryan VK. Ryan happy and content to let Liam Kay take the tackle. 20 out from his own line before he's swarmed upon from Ryan and Ross Oakes. 2 of the 9 homegrown players playing for the Bradford Bulls this afternoon. You look at players like Manny Storden, Elliot Minchella, Steve Crossley, all come through the club's community and academy ranks. And he's still Barrow 4, York 18 and Lee 14, Swinton 24 and Featherstone and Dewsbury, they're in a humdinger. It is Dewsbury 8, Featherstone Rovers 12. Here goes Wallace inside the Bradford half, the Wolfpack looking for a way back in this game. Wallace takes the pass from Wilkie. Wallace brought down. Last tackle now for the Wolfpack and Brian McDermott, 25 metres out. Just to the left of centre field, back in centre field towards Wilkin. Wilkin sends a high, towering bomb. Ryan! Was Ryan taken out off the ball? The referee says no, and Toronto, they're going in. It's Ricky Latelli. There's going to be contention about that one. Ethan Ryan for mine was taken out off the ball. Toronto played to the whistle never came, and that is just a start that the Wolfpack would have wanted at the start of this second half. Ricky Latelli, the former Cronulla man, his second try on proceedings, and the gap is down to 10, 18 points to 8. The try, 5 metres to the left-hand side of the post.
Yeah, disappointing that will be for the Bulls and Ethan Ryan. I think a decent set defensively came about there. They really did marshal Toronto where they wanted them, and the kick came from a good distance out. It was a high kick to the right edge of the field. Ryan was there, he left the ground to get up to it, seemed to come off of his chest, Mick, and has gone forward, and Toronto were there in numbers to pick it up, and some swift passing has put them in under the sticks there. I don't think there was a real claim of him being taken out there, if I'm honest, Mick. I think it was a 50-50 ball that sort of come forward off of Ethan Ryan. He's just left the grass to get up in the air there and try and take it. Big pressure ball that, and an unfortunate error which has led to a try there. And as you say, exactly what the Wolfpack would have been looking for to start this, and exactly not what the Bulls would have been looking for to start the half. As now it's an 18-10 ball game. They need to shrug that off, the Bulls. They need to shrug that off. Get this kick-off down deep into the Toronto territory, and a big, strong set in defence, and just re-establish the dominance that they went into the sheds with at half-time.
Blake Wallace from in front of the post, 50%, 1 from 2 attempts. Ricky Latelli's 2 tries. And that Blake Rollis conversion have narrowed the gap. Bradford Bulls 18, Toronto Wolfpack 10 on Pulse 2. This afternoon here at Odsal Stadium. Mick the Game caller Gleddle and Damien Irving calling you and bringing the action into your living rooms, or for those listening overseas, the sun loungers and those sat in the heat by the pool. Tom Albison just shy of halfway on the restart. Ackers to Dixon, to Thompson, to Worthington, and Worthington's brought down just inside the Bulls half, 40 metres out. Now goes to Wilkin. Wilkin's brought down by Green. Toronto surging forward. They're on the last tackle on the restart, 30 metres out. Here goes Andy Ackers. Andy Ackers is away, and they're going to cross again, the Wolfpack. They're going to go back to back, and it's Nick Rawshorn who's over in at the corner, and the Wolfpack supporters, they're dancing in the stands. You can hear them cheering, and that is just exactly what Brian McDermott would have wanted to start this second half. The Bulls, I'm not sure what's been said at half-time, Damien, but now is not the time for the Bulls to feel sorry for themselves. Well, 18 points to 14.
In a blink of an eye, Mick, that's what rugby league can do. What's happened there is exactly what happened at the start of the first half. The Bulls were dented by a strong Toronto pack, a very physical pack, who've made good yardage off the kickoff. That's not to be expected. It's exactly what happened at the start of the first half. The Bulls weathered that storm, and they hung on with tenacity, and they managed to scramble and defensively, and they made the difference and stayed in the game. The difference between the start of that and the first 5 minutes of this half is Toronto have come up down the end twice of the Bulls' defensive end, and Toronto on the attack. And what have they done? They've scored twice from it. No excuse for that, really. It was a left side play on the fifth tackle, which really should have been marshalled and quarantined by the Bulls on that right side, but it wasn't. And the Bulls now are in we said they needed to be in the arm wrestle. They are. 6 minutes gone in this second half now. The kick has been missed. It's 18 points to 4. The Bulls still have the ascendancy. They need to get the kick down. They need to muscle up in defence and re-establish the tempo of the game, which they dominated for the last 20 minutes of that first half.
Blake Wallace wide with that conversion from the far stand side. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Bulls 18, Wolfpack 14. Don't forget you can message us on the Pulse 2 app. So if you're listening on the app, send us a message. You can tweet us, Facebook us, or you can also text in. We'll give you the number. Start your message with 65115 and start with Pulse 2. Bradford. The gap down from 14 to 4 points. Toronto already up to halfway with Andy Ackers to Wilkin to Wallace. Wallace is caught by Green and Staunton. He's brought down now on tackle number 4. Already the Wolfpack have made 60 metres. A different Toronto side at the start of this second half. Wilkin sends it to Springer. Springer's brought down, 30 out. Kick comes in from Mellor. Mellor's under pressure from Wood. Wood does well, and that one is taken by Jai Hitchcock. And at long last here in this second half, the Bulls will have the ball with 48 minutes gone.
We talked about the dominant sets that the Bulls had in that first set in terms of possession and sets completed, Mick. It's now 20 sets each for the match. That's how quickly in this first half the Bulls have been starved of all possession, and it's all been Toronto. Now 20 sets each.
Here goes Lilly out of dummy half. He takes on Springer. Wilkin comes in for good measure. Albison, 3 Toronto defenders, and Lilly somehow gets the ball out to Pickersgill as he was heading towards the turf, and that has got the Bulls up to halfway. Flanagan's in there at dummy half. It now goes towards Hitchcock's. Lateral, mazy run, looking for support, looking for runners. Finds Keys. Quick fast hands from Keys to Garside. Garside now to Oakes. Oakes looks for support. He's brought down 10 metres inside the Toronto half. And the Bulls have built up a little bit of momentum on this first set of 6 at the start of the second half. Ryan out of dummy half towards Keys. Last tackle. Keys looks for touch to give the Bulls a breather. But Hakim Maloude will trap that one from going into touch. And Maloude's caught high by Ethan Ryan there. Penalty to Toronto Wolfpack. That was right in front of the referee. No complaints from mine. And that is now going to give the Toronto Wolfpack another set of 6 and advance them further up the field. And Joe Mellor, the former witness man, ball in hand, he will find touch on this main stand side, 40 metres out from their own line, just shy of the halfway line. 18-14 on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. Worthington, Mellor, Springer, Springer meets Wood and Flanagan. Flanagan, a clash of heads there between Springer and Flanagan. Referee will stop the clock. Some of the Toronto players think he's play acting, but Flanagan's gone down. And referee Scott Michalauskas points towards his head, and on will come the Bradford Bulls physio and also the Bulls club doctor. And this will give the Bulls a little bit of a breather, Damien. They've done it tough, and if George has to leave the field, it'll be a huge loss.
Yeah, they need to regroup, and they just need to look at the big picture here. I know they must have felt like they've been smacked around every area of the boxing ring that first 9 minutes as the Toronto Wolfpack have put the points on, but they lead by 4 points here. 10 minutes gone in the second half. You'd have taken that all day long, every training session of this week, if you'd have said to the Bulls and John Keir, that's where you're going to be situated. So they need to look at that big picture now as Flanagan's back on his feet. Springer, just an awkward head clash in that tackle as he ball carried, but Springer has been absolutely a handful for the start of this second half. He's been taking up the role that Ashton Sims played in the first half, and he's attracting 2 and 3 in every tackle, and he's dominating at every collision. A huge cameo here by Springer off the bench, it's got to be said.
Wallace will play the ball inside the Bulls half, just past the halfway line. It goes from Wilkin. Wilkin to Olbison. Olbison, over 100 games for the Bradford Bulls. He's one of the homegrown players that come through the academy structure, along with Elliot Whitehead, Danny Addy, Adam O'Brien. As Toronto now go on the angled run from Dixon. Dixon's brought down. 10 metres out, danger here for the Bulls. They're struggling defensively. Mellor, Wilkin, Wallace. Hitchcocks palms the ball forward. It's a fresh set of 6, and Toronto on the 0 tackle with Nick Rossfawn 5 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. Ackers to Wilkin in front of the Bradford post. Tom Olbison, he's brought down. Lilly in defence, they're brought down 2 metres out. Wood also in there. Ackers now to Wilkin. Wilkin is over the Bradford line. Has Wilkin got this ball down? He's pushed back in the field of play. Second tackle gone here. The game on a knife edge, a tipping point. Bradford 18, Toronto 14. It goes to Miloudi. It opens up for Miloudi. He kicks through looking for Kay. Kay has been beaten to the ball by Ethan Ryan. And that will be the second goal line dropout that the Wolfpack have forced the Bulls into. And a repeat set of 6. We've had 50 minutes gone, 10 minutes in this second half. Half time it was 18-4. Latelli and Rossford, 2 quick-fire tries at the start of proceedings, and now the Bulls are being forced to defend. They're being put under the PUMP as Keys, underneath his own post, gets it up to halfway. Taken in there on the bounce by Mellor. Mellor looks for Springer. Springer, oh my word, Mikey Wood. It looks like Frankenstein. The strapping and the bandages coming off his forehead. What a warrior. It looks like a biblical figure. Mikey Wood, and Mikey Wood there. He's going for the legs. The Wolfpack now 15 out from the Bradford line. Mellor to Wallace. Wallace towards the Bulls line to break the Bulls' hearts. Push back in the field of play. Third tackle gone. The 2 metres out now. Ackers out of dummy half. To Wilkin. Wilkin juggles the ball, keeps hold of it. Mellor's beaten Keys. He's still going, Mellor. He's a one-man band. And the one-man band is brought down by Staunton. Fourth tackle gone now. 8 metres out in front of the post. Wilkin along the line. Miloudi to Kay. And Kay's in. We're locked up. It's 18 points apiece. 4 tries to the Wolfpack, their third of this second half, and the Bulls, they're in danger here, Damien. They have to regroup and refocus quickly.
Oh, they do, and look, that was uncharacteristic of the Bulls considering what they did in the first half defensively. Some poor reads and some poor efforts have got to be said in tight around the ruck there. Allowing players, I think it was Mellor that was just allowed to dance and track himself laterally through in around the sticks and probe, and you can't give Toronto and the players of the class that sort of time on the ball to pick and choose their angles, and that's what the Bulls are allowing them to do, which they didn't in the first half. The same exactly happened here on the right hand edge of Toronto. Maludi has been unplayable at times this game of rugby league, and he certainly was in that instance as well. A beautiful cutout ball out to the winger to score. The Bulls hadn't numbered up. They were a little bit non-committal. Ethan Ryan wasn't sure if he was going to stay on his wing or come in. He lacked options, really. There was an overlap. He wasn't sure what to do. And this is now danger signs here, Mick, because we talked about possession and weight of possession. This will be the fourth set on this kickoff, now more than Toronto have had across the whole game than the Bulls. When the Bulls had 3 or 4 sets more half an hour into the game than Toronto have had. That's been a 7-set turnaround in probably the last 20 minutes of rugby league here. That's a massive momentum shift. And the Bulls will be feeling like they've been hit by a Mack truck here, because they've just had no rugby league at all, ball in hand, in this second half. They've had 2 sets to Toronto's 5, and Toronto have come up with points on 3 of them. It's the most dominant shift of tempo and momentum you'll see in a long time.
Bradford have gone for the short restart. Worthington just beats Ryan to the ball. That goal kick conversion attempt, the try by Kay over on this main stand side, that will convert it by Hakim Maludi. And the Wolfpack lead the Bulls by 20 points to 18, and the Bulls now scrambling back as the Wolfpack via Andy Ackers, 2 metres inside the Bulls half. Kay, Wilkin to Maludi. First error of the second half against the Wolfpack. Maludi's pass adjudged forward. Bradford just 2 errors all game, if I've got my stats right, and that is a relieving scrum and an exchange of possession for John Kerr and the Bradford Bulls. They have been absolutely starved of ball in this second half. 54 minutes gone, 26 minutes remain. What can the Bulls do? They've got to score next, you feel. There's been an avalanche of points from the Wolfpack in this second half. Tries from Latelli, Rawsthorne and Kerr. Bradford 5 inside the Wolfpack half. Second tackle gone. Crossley to Flanagan, to Keys. Here goes Staunton. Staunton's brought down 30 metres out on tackle number 3. Flanagan in there at dummy half again. Finds Crossley to Wood. Wood along the line to Lilly. Lilly now to Webster. Webster gets that goal forward. Bradford just getting a little bit of ascendancy, gaining a little bit of momentum here. 25 metres out. It goes to Rhys Evans, who's just come on. Evans is caught across the shoulder, in the face. It's the last tackle. The Bulls can't complain. Lilly goes probing to Keys on this main stand side now. Pickersgill to Oakes. It's the last tackle. Oakes gets the ball out. Miracle pass. Pickersgill crossfield kick. A la Aussie rules. Bradford have the ball. Webster to Hitchcox. Hitchcox is brought down. It's touched the Toronto hand. It's back to 1. Evans to Lilly. Lilly inside to Mikey Wood, and Wood's brought down 5 metres out. The Bulls can smell the line. Flanagan goes himself. The door shut in his face. A metre out now. Midcheller in at dummy half to Keys. Keys looks to carve the Wolfpack up. Fires the pass out wide to Webster. And Webster has lost the ball. 5 metres out from the Toronto line. A third error of the match for the Bradford Bulls. And they cough the ball up there. Webster was just put under a little bit of pressure from Latelli and Rawsthorne in that corner, and with 24 minutes remaining, Bradford now hunting in defence. The Wolfpack 10 metres out from their own try line. Wilkin will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Goes to Thompson. Brought down. Ackers in at dummy half, now to Mellor. Mellor along the line to Dixon. Dixon taking on Flanagan and Keys. He's brought down on his own 30 metre line, is Andrew Dixon. Back at the Wolfpack after spells at Lee. Goes now to Wallace. To Maludi. To Latelli. Latelli taking on Evans. Out to Rawsthorne. Rawsthorne brought down by Hitchcox. Last tackle here for the Wolfpack. 10 metres inside the Bradford half. Wallace looks up. Pickersgill under pressure. Pickersgill takes that one from the clouds. Finds the support of Ethan Ryan, and Ethan Ryan loses his footing and he's brought down 15 metres out from his own try line. Bradford 18, Toronto 20. Another humdinger from the Betfred Championship on Pulse 2 this afternoon. It's Barrow 4, York 18, Dewsbury 12, Featherstone Rovers 14, and it's Leigh 20, Swinton 24. Bradford, they have to score next, you feel. We're approaching the hour mark. Keys plays the ball, Pickersgill to Michella, to Lily, to Webster. Webster on the far stand side. He's brought down in a two-man tackle, and he's brought down as Anthony Mullally comes for the legs and brings Webster down on tackle number 4. Here goes Evans. Evans has made 10, 15, 16, 17 metres forward there. Bradford 15 metres inside the Toronto half on the last tackle. Back towards the halfway line. Centre field to Lily. Lily's high hanging kick taken by Melody, and Pickersgill has gone for the legs, and that is a penalty to the Wolfpack, and the penalty count now 5-4. Still in favour of the Bulls, but Melody's down again. The referee will stop the clock. And Damien, you just suspect the game ever so slightly is going away from the Bradford Bulls like grains of sand in an egg timer.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that, Mick. I think the last sort of 5 minutes, after that onslaught of points and possession at the start of the half, there were some good signs there from the Bulls. Very disappointing end of the last set the Bulls had down this end with an innocuous knock-on from Webster as they went to the right, which saw only the third error of the game. The Bulls are going to have to be very frugal here, and they can't be wasteful. Every little bit of possession that they get now, they must be as disciplined as they were in the first half. They must hoard that possession, and they can't give away penalties, and they certainly can't be giving away errors. If they do that, there's signs there that they had Toronto a little bit rustled when they did have the field position and the possession. They need to get their hands on the ball. You cannot win this game from 2 points behind by having no possession, and it's all possession now with Toronto as they're on the attack, 22 metres out.
Wilkin to Mullally. Mullally's brought down 12 metres out. Michella goes for the ball, but he keeps hold of it. Does Mullally, plays the ball. Here comes John Wilkin. Wilkin now to Mellor. Mellor can't get past Staunton, and Crossley comes in for good measure. You might hear the Toronto fans in front of us. There's around 200 of them in this main stand. They're chanting, "Let's go Wolfpack." They lead the Bulls. An hour gone by 20 points to 18. Mullally, quick play the ball. It goes to Wallace. Wallace towards the Bradford line. He's brought down. It's the last tackle now for the Wolfpack. They're going to go to Ackers. Out to Mellor. Mellor's missed it. Can Michella recover? No, he can't. And it's going to be Melody. He goes for a drop goal in front of the post. That's an extra 1 point for Toronto. 60 minutes gone here at Hudsall on Pulse 2. And the Wolfpack now lead by 3. Hakim Melody.
In the lead up to that drop goal, the ball went way back behind the kicker, and they had to get back and scramble for it, and Melody ended up taking a field goal. There was one of the most obscene passes from Wilkin through his legs out through the left side, which was an amazing bit of skill from the Toronto player there, and they've come up with points. However, Bulls have come up with a short kickoff and retained possession, and they'll be on the attack now, just coming up to the 30-metre line.
Matty Staunton, he's brought down 20 metres out from the Toronto line. Flanagan's in there at dummy half. It's a hot, humid afternoon here at Hudsall Stadium. Crossley on the second tackle. Can the Bulls hit immediately back? It goes to Keys. Keys looks towards Oakes. Oakes now will try and navigate a path past this Toronto Wolfpack defence. We're in the final 20 minutes here at Hudsall Stadium, and it's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls. George Flanagan was shoved over from playing the ball in front of the post, and John Keir, he says don't go for 2. He wants to go for the try here. John Keir, he wants the Bulls over the line. Here goes Crossley. Crossley's brought down 2 metres out by Dixon and Wilkin. Flanagan, 10 out in front of the post to Keys, to Lily, to Webster. Webster over on that right-hand edge. The Bulls attacking the South Bank stand in this second half. Andrew Chalmers watching on from the top tier. A penny for his thoughts at this moment in time. Bradford, though, brought down by Minchella. 5 metres out, 2 tackles remaining. Flanagan tries to pinch one, won't get past Dixon, won't get past Wilkin, and he's brought down a metre out. Minchella's in there at dummy half. Will he go left? Will he go right? He's going to swipe left towards Keys, and Keys, with no pressure on him whatsoever, Keys has inexplicably dropped the ball, and perhaps Bradford might reflect and say they should have taken the 2 points. It remains on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. 18 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Bradford 18, Toronto 21. Scrum to the Wolfpack, 10 metres out.
Yeah, we talked about not being wasteful, Mick, and that's exactly what that was. They were set in there to pull the trigger and come up with a score in play, and a simple knock on at first receiver is not what the Bulls would have dialed in for then. Must be said, though, I think, I'm just looking over the dugouts, Mick. Wieldy was phenomenal, and he was instrumental in certainly wrestling the game away from Toronto in the first half. I'm just wondering whether or not Wieldy back in at dummy half in replace of Flanagan might be something that needs to happen sooner rather than later. In fact, as I've said that, out comes the number, and it looks like Wieldy will be coming back on. And I think we'll see more impetus, and probably, I just think we'll see him change the game a little bit more in Bulls' favour. I think George Flanagan has been good, but points have certainly come on during his time there towards the end of the half and now at the start of this half. And just a momentum and a tempo change in around that dummy half, I think will be work wonders for the Bulls at the moment.
Toronto on the last tackle. Wallace puts boot to ball. Sends that one towards Jai Hitchcock. He'll take that from his own try line. Brought down 5 out from his own try line. So from that Toronto Wolfpack scrum, they've gone 80 metres forward and they've turned the Bulls around. Matty Wildy comes on for George Flanagan, and immediately he'll win the penalty, Matty Wildy, because you've got Ashton Sims and you've also got Bodie Thompson and Anthony Mullally, for good measure, all over the top, delaying the play of the ball. So with 17 minutes remaining, what have the Bulls got left in the tank? This has been a Herculean performance. The self-belief, the attitude, the application, all there. The spirit of that Challenge Cup performance against Leeds. History repeating itself. We're in for a thrilling final 16 and a half minutes. They're down by 3 points. Bradford 18, Toronto 21. Crossley, second tackle gone. 2 metres inside the Toronto half. Wildy now towards Minchella. Minchella to Lilly. Lilly's through a gap. Webster was on the outside. He just couldn't get the pass away. But here comes Wildy. Ejected that speed. He fires it to Keys. Keys to Staunton. Staunton back to Wildy. Wildy's brought down there by Mellor and Sims underneath the Toronto post. 15 out. Keys to Oakes. Oakes is brought down on the last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. Ryan's in at dummy half. Centre field to Keys. Crossfield kick looking for Lilly. Wallace diffuses the pressure in goal, and that will be a tap on the 20-metre line for the Toronto Wolfpack, and it will be Ricky Latelli who will tap it, and he will charge forward, and he'll be brought down there by Steve Crossley on tackle number 1 on the 0 tackle. So a crucial 7 tackle set coming up here for the Toronto Wolfpack. The game in the balance. Bradford 18, Toronto 21. It is still Barrow 4, York 18, Dewsbury 18, Featherstone 24, and it's 24 points apiece between Swinton and Lee. And Toronto, they've come up with an error here. Anthony Mullally under pressure from Steve Crossley on the halfway line, and that's a scrum to the Bradford Bulls. Here we go. Strap yourselves in. 15 minutes to go here at Odsell. We're going the distance. Bradford 18, Toronto 21.
Yeah, look, it's starting to get a little bit erroneous now, the game. You know, Bulls have completed 24 sets, Toronto only 20 sets. And this is starting to get a bit of ping-pong in the middle of the pitch here. 3 points in it. It's going to be the team that decides that they're going to grab this and win the game now. It's getting down to the stretch. 14 minutes left. Who wants it more? Who's going to be the side that just says, we'll have this? 3 points in the up. We did say at the start of the broadcast today, Mick, that if Bulls are in this arm wrestle with 10 minutes to go, I fancy the Bulls in a tight game. Well, they've got to keep going for the next 4 or 5 minutes and be in that. And if they even score next, well, it's certainly advantage Bulls in their favour. At the moment, they trail by 3. There's a big hit up now up the middle towards the sticks here. Very important end of this set coming up.
Liam Kirk will play the ball 20 metres out. It goes to Wildy, to Keys, to Pickersgill. Pickersgill 10 metres out, gets the offload behind Ethan Ryan. Ryan's wrapped up on the last tackle. Peels for a penalty, not forthcoming. It goes to Keys. Keys, clever kick ahead. Liam Kay under pressure. Liam Kay dives on the loose ball and he smothers possession back for the Wolfpack. But now the Bulls hunting, and Toronto in real danger as Miloudi's brought down 2 metres out from his own try line. 5 metres in the field of play. Second tackle gone. Kay's in there at dummy half. It's going to go to Bob Bezic. Bezic's brought down now. Third tackle gone for the Wolfpack. They're still 5 metres out from their own line. It goes to Wallace, nearly picked up there by Evans. Wallace is brought down on tackle number 4, 10 metres out. Bezic out of dummy half. Someone's hit someone late. The referee looks, says play on, and that's the last tackle now for Toronto Wolfpack. They're 25 metres out from their own line. It goes to Mellor. Mellor under pressure from Kirk. Contact's clean. Pickersgill from his own 20-metre line. Oh my word. A huge barnstorming barrel of a hit there from Anthony Mullally and Ashton Sims on Brandon Pickersgill. We've got 12 minutes to go. The Bradford Bulls season is on the line once again. Evans out of dummy half, 5 metres inside the Wolfpack half. Latelli rolling him over, the Welsh international, along with Wallace. It goes to Lilly. Lilly down the middle. Lily's brought down. That's 4th tackle gone. 1 remaining here for the Bulls. 45 metres out. Steve Crossley down the middle against his former employers, and he's brought down on the 5th and last tackle. 11 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. The Bulls down by 3. It goes to Keys. Keys from the Toronto 40-metre line. That's a difficult one for Kay. Kay takes that one, but Ryan times the tackle perfectly, and now the Bulls will hunt the error off the Wolfpack. Mellor in at dummy half. It's going to go to Worthington. Second tackle gone. The 20 metres out from the road try line here. The Toronto Wolfpack. Mellor now to Kay. Third tackle gone. Wildy, Staunton, Crossley. 3 Bradford defenders. The Defiant in defence. They've got Wolfpack. The Wolfpack back in the arm wrestle here. As we said, the game, the pendulum, swinging just so slightly in favour of the Toronto Wolfpack at this moment in time. As Hakim Miloudi will play the ball on tackle number 4. It goes towards Bezic. Bezic now towards Springer. That's the last tackle. They're just inside the Bradford half. Mellor on the last tackle. Looks up. Sends that one towards Ethan Ryan. Ryan will take that 5 metres out. Ryan will try get behind Worthington and Dixon. He takes tackle number 1, but the Bulls are 90 metres away from the Toronto try line. Mullally just putting a bit of afters in there on Ross Oakes. Pickersgill out to Lilly. Lilly looks for support. Lily's rolled over on tackle number 3, 30 metres out from his own try line. Where's the spark? Who's the catalyst for the Bradford Bulls here? Because at the minute, Toronto just about keeping the Bulls at bay. Webster has offloaded the ball in the tackle to Evans. 4th tackle gone. John Keir watching on. Tense finish here at Odsall. Now to Lilly. Lilly to Wood. Wood wrapped up. 5th tackle gone here for the Bulls. 5 metres shy of halfway. Centre field position. It'll go from Wildy to Lilly. Lilly takes the line on. Kicks behind it. He's got Kirk, Lilly himself, and Wildy and Keys as the ball finds Miloudi, and Miloudi tries to put a bit of a fend on, and he's brought down on the tackle number 1, 20 out from his own try line. 10 minutes remain here at Odsall Stadium. Bradford 18, Toronto 21, Damien.
Yeah, this last 5 to 7 minutes has largely been played in the middle third of the pitch, Mick. A real arm wrestle. The sides are struggling to make the yardage, and they're getting kicks away, but they're getting them away from 30 or 40 out. They're not really getting right on each other's lines here. It's a really intriguing arm wrestle, this one, right in the middle. Just wait. It's like 2 tennis players just playing baseline moves, waiting for the error, waiting for something to snap, or waiting for the winner, and they're feeling each other out. Very, very tense at the moment with 9 minutes to go. And now here's Toronto on the 5th tackle, kicking from 40 metres out again. Another good defensive set.
Wilkin will play the ball. Bezic to Wallace. Wallace puts Pickersgill under pressure. Difficult one to take. Pickersgill from his own in-goal area returns the ball to Wallace. Pickersgill's caught high. Jordan Lilly says there's something happening there at the ruck. Touch judge come on, and Bradford just play on. Last thing they want to do is get involved in any silliness. Beat Toronto fair and square down the middle. Third tackle gone. Woodman rugby here from the Bulls. Now it goes to Wilde. To Lilly. Lilly's away. Brought down by Wallace just inside the Toronto half. Wallace should go for 10. Professional foul. Referee Scott Michalauskas. He will just give the Bulls a penalty. They're 8 for the afternoon. And at long last, we've just seen a spark. We've seen a reaction. Wilde down the middle. Lilly was on the outside support. Lilly wins the penalty, and Lilly will find touch 25 metres out from that Toronto Wolfpack try line. We have 8 minutes remaining here at Odsal. The Bulls have been rolled over. James Green has been dunked on his shoulder. And referee Michalauskas slowly losing control of this one. He's going to call Bodine Thompson towards him. Thompson knew what he was doing. That should be another yellow card here. But Michalauskas, he will give Bodine Thompson the benefit of the doubt. Listen to the boos and jeers. There's a lot of emotion out there. Bradford know they have to win at all costs this afternoon, and I don't know about you, Damien, but I would take the 2 points and get the ball back from the kickoff.
I think you have to. 7 minutes to go. You take the 2 points here. If he doesn't convert it, you certainly get the ball back. We talked about beating the arm wrestle. This would make it a 1 point ball game with 5 minutes to go, Mick. As I said, during the week, you'd have taken that all day long. I think the Bulls will have. They're a very experienced side in terms of tight games coming down the stretch. Fantastic, just absolutely fantastic rugby league. If you could have dialed this in this morning, coming in here, you would have said what a great game, and we've certainly been delivered that. Now as Keys lining up the conversion here to make it a 1 point ball game.
Joe Keys from 20 metres out, between the posts. Joe Keys, 100% this afternoon, 4 from 4, and strap yourselves in. 7 minutes remain. Bradford Bulls 20, Toronto Wolfpack 21. This is where your concentration counts.
We talked about it being a little bit of a game of forcings backs there, who was going to snap first, and it was 2 ill-disciplined performances there by Toronto. First, a holding down penalty through the line break, which was very well conceived through the small men from the Bulls, Wilde and Lilly, particularly in around the ruck, just getting Toronto on the back foot. And then, of course, that lifting tackle, which was unnecessary. So it was Toronto that blinked first there in terms of coming up with ill-discipline, just to break that little period of real arm wrestle in the centre of the pitch. And now it's going to be the Bulls carrying it out off the 20-metre line through Crosley.
Steve Crossley's brought down, 15 shy of halfway. Bradford have 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining to save their season 1 fields. It goes now to Wilde, to Staunton. Staunton gets the go forward. Olmison and Mellor and Dixon. And Staunton's got an injury knock. Staunton's holding that right shoulder. And he's lost the ball, but the referee has stopped the clock. And that's going to allow everyone just a moment to compose themselves, and it'd be a huge loss if Matty Staunton has to leave the playing arena. But what an intoxicating afternoon of rugby league this has been.
It's a right ankle there, Mickey rolled that in the tackle. It was a good leg driving carry for him down this left edge, and he attracted some attention from the Wolfpack defence, and he's just rolled that as he's gone down. And there was a bit of weight in the tackle, so I hope that's okay. But he grabbed for it straight away, did Matty Staunton. He's had a very, very good game. Quiet in terms of doing, outlandish things or scoring tries or coming out with big plays, but he's been absolutely consistent. He's been making yardage at every time he's hit a collision as a ball carrier, and he's done his work defensively as well. He's done great minutes as well, a big amount of minutes, which will be a big loss here if he has to go off the pitch, which it doesn't look like he will stay on at the time being, Mick. A big loss, as you say. But the Bulls are going to be playing the ball after this stoppage in play. With 5 minutes 50 left on the clock, they'll be playing the ball just on the halfway line, and they'll be looking to get a repeat set or some points down in the back of this as they trail 1 point. 21 points to Toronto to 20 points to the home team, the Bulls. This has been an absolutely intriguing, engaging game of rugby league, which is just phenomenal. They put some strapping on that. It looks like he might be staying on. He's going to play the ball.
5 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here at Odsal Stadium. We've gone the distance again on pulse 2. Is this going to be game number 13 that is separated by less than 6 points? The Bulls will be hoping so. Green plays the ball just inside the Toronto half. Wildy now to Crossley. Crossley rolled over on the last tackle. Wildy looks up. He's got Keys and Lilly to the right. Jordan Lilly with an audacious drop goal attempt from 45 metres out. That one has gone wide. That will be a 7-tackle set here for the Toronto Wolfpack. I'm not sure that was the tactic the Bulls wanted on that occasion, Damien, because rather than the place kick and hunt the error, you're now giving the Wolfpack a 7-tackle set. And here at Odsal Stadium, with 5 minutes, 12 seconds remaining, Bradford 20, Toronto 21.
You're not the worst result, but quite ambitious there, and I think probably we just need a little bit more patience than that, do the Bulls. Still 5 minutes, there's a lot of sets in possession to come yet, probably 4 each. So a little bit of a rushed option there.
Toronto play the ball. Worthington to Ackers, to Mellor to Olbison, and Olbison's brought down in a 3-man tackle. Kirk, Green and Wilder. Ackers now to Mellor to Wallace through a gap. Lilly and Webster do well. Second phase attack neutralised here by John Keir's side. They have a slender 1-point lead, the Wolfpack. They're on tackle number 4. They're 35 metres out from the Bradford line, just to the left of centre field. Ackers to Springer. Springer looks for the support. He's wrapped up on the last tackle. The Wolfpack 20 metres out now. It's going to go to Wallace. Wallace asking questions of Hitchcock. Rossford takes that from the air, and Nick Rossford will win it for the Wolfpack. 4 minutes remain. It's touchdown in the corner. The pressure's going to be on the cake. And the Bulls, oh my word, they've gone toe-to-toe with Toronto this afternoon. And now it's going to come all down on this kick from either Hakim Maludi or Blake Wallace.
Gee, that's disappointing from the Bulls. You know, they worked a really tough set in defence to hold the Toronto Wolfpack out. It was a 7-tackle set, so they were kicking from 30-35 out. Do you know what, Mick? I hate to say, what really disappoints me in that is the lack of urgency from the Bulls fullback there getting across. He left it all up to his winger. He was one man out. There was a full chasing line, a nice little chip kick into the corner. It had good air on it. Toronto Wolfpack chased and chased. There was 3 or 4 of them in a line, and there's a winger out there on his own with his back turned, having to leap up, and it was just plucked out of the air by the chasing Toronto players and scored. Pickersgill was making a move to get over there, but there wasn't a great urgency to get there and support. And I just think at this point in this game, with the game there to be won, you've just got to throw the sheep farm at it. You've got to give it everything you've got.
Maludi, is this one going between the posts? It's waved away. Sorry for the interruption. Maludi, 1 from 2 attempts. It remains Bradford 20, Toronto 25. 2 minutes remaining. The supporters around the press benches, they're shouting, short cake. If this comes up for the Bulls, they have to score. They're down by 5. How's your composure, Mr. Lilly? Lilly drills it into the turf. Tackle 1 from Worthington. 35 out. Bradford, they have to shut down this set of 6 from the Wolfpack, and hopefully they're not going to be too far away from the Toronto line when they start their last set of 6 in this game. 2 minutes remain. Bradford 20, Toronto 25. Toronto 21 points in the second half to Bradford's 2. That has been the tale of the tape. Bezic to Ackers. Ackers now towards Maludi. Maludi evades Kirk, still going Maludi. Maludi can't get past Crossley and Staunton, and finally Kirk wraps him up. The Bulls are dropping off tackles. That's the 3rd tackle here for the Wolfpack. We've got a minute and 40 seconds remaining here. It has been a gripping Betfred Championship tie. Toronto 25 out from the Bradford line, centre field position. They're on the last tackle. It goes to Mellor. Mellor drills that one towards Ethan Ryan. Ryan's come up with an error, and that will be the game. Ethan Ryan holds his left arm up. Scrum head and feet to the Wolfpack. The supporters will head for the turnstiles. and that is a sorry end for the Bulls. But oh my word, more positives, Damien, than negatives.
Oh, look, you know, what a game of rugby league. I think the Bulls have had it all in their hands here this afternoon at times. You know, that start to the second half is the big difference. I think they just failed to weather a very strong Toronto opening to the second half, where they put points on at every opportunity and every time they visited down the Bulls' end. As here Toronto now to the left-hand side, there's been some cracking performances across both sides here today, Mick.
50 seconds remain. Bradford need to get the ball. Toronto just going to happily run down the clock, or they're going to try and potentially cross for the 6th try of the afternoon. 25 points to 20. It's been a real battle royal. Here goes Mellor. Mellor in front of the post to Miloudi. Miloudi's going to be brought down there by Ryan. The Bulls need the ball. There's 30 seconds remaining. Miloudi will play the ball 8 metres out. It goes to Mellor now. Mellor. Short pass to Bezic. Bezic across the face of the post. Bezic puts the fend on Evans and Lilly, and he's brought down on tackle number 4. 15 seconds remaining here for Toronto. They're in front of the post as a Springer's brought down on the last tackle. Will they go for the drop goal to rub salt into the roads? They will do from in front. That hits the left hand upright, and the ball is live. The Bulls have one last play. It's Hail Mary here, and Odsel Hitchcock's back to Pickersgill. Pickersgill trapped in goal. Full time here at Odsel Stadium. Bradford Bulls 20, Toronto Wolfpack 25.